Hello and welcome to Beyond the Corporate Hangover with me, Emily Derschler. If you are a woman in your 30s or beyond and have left a lengthy spell in corporate to set up an online business and are feeling stuck, I'm here to help. In this podcast, we'll be digging into what it takes to go from employee to entrepreneur and build an amazing business that showcases your unique expertise. We'll look at the challenges women face, those limiting beliefs and behaviours from our corporate life that keep holding us back, and I'll provide practical ways to help you move forwards as a confident business owner. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, worried or confused about how to make your business a success, and you want to shake off the corporate hangover, tune in every fortnight. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Beyond the Corporate Hangover. Now, for those of you who are watching this episode, you will notice a little change. I've got headphones on. You see, I'm starting to take this podcasting thing quite seriously now, so I thought I've got to do it properly. I've got to get some headphones. And actually, I've had these ones for ages. They've just been stuck in a cupboard waiting for me to bring them out and use them properly. So here they are. Very excited. I feel like a pro all of a sudden. I'm definitely not, but who knows, one day it might happen. Anyway, let's move on to the content of today's episode, which is something that I feel really passionately about. So I feel like there might be some tough love going on today, because this is something that I hear about a lot, and it genuinely upsets me actually, because it's one of those things that is very unavoidable if we get into the right, I'll call it mindset. Not sure that's entirely the right word, but I'm going to use it for now. And I just think that it's something that if we can get over this barrier, it can really transform the way we go about our businesses. And it's this thing we call perfectionism. It affects us all at some point. I truly believe that. But we've got to get over it, folks. Perfectionism is a form of self-sabotage. It's really not healthy, especially if you're in the early stages of your business. And I'm going to tell you why. So perfectionism is that thing where we spend hours doing the little tweaks, particularly on things like websites, marketing materials, and social media, graphics and posts and all of that kind of stuff. We spend time tweaking, reworking, second guessing, doing it all over again, making sure that it's quote unquote perfect before we get it out there. And this ends up delaying us, right? We end up not doing something because we're spending so much time in the background trying to make sure that it's really, really, really good before we make it public. And the more we do that, the more we end up believing that it's not perfect, and then even more time we spend delaying, and so on. And so it goes round and round in circles until we realise that we've spent hours, days or weeks trying to perfect something. We haven't got it out there, and all that time is now lost because we can't get time back. We can't get time back. So the longer we're spending trying to get something absolutely bob on is time that we're just losing, and it is such a massive, massive shame. Now, the reality is perfection does not exist in an absolute form. And I'm going to prove it. If you're in any doubt whatsoever, I think probably you secretly know that. But let's say, Emily, don't believe you. I'm taking a stand against what you're saying. Well, let's think of it this way. Let's imagine you're going shopping. Okay, you're going shopping with somebody. Now, it could be shopping for anything. I'll use two different examples. In one example, you're going shopping with a friend for a new top. And in another example, you're going shopping with your partner, let's say, for a new house. Okay, two very different examples, but the idea is the same. So you go into this shop, you try on this top, you come out of the changing room, you feel amazing. And you go, oh, I love it, it's perfect. Now, your friend or the person you're with may or may not say this out loud, depending on the relationship you have. But let's say your friend thinks, oh, makes you look a bit pale. Actually, it's definitely not perfect. So you think it's perfect, your friend doesn't. The example of buying a house. You walk around the house, you absolutely love it. You go, oh, this is my dream house. It is perfect. Your partner goes, the garden's too small for the dog. I mean, that would be a massive consideration for me, make no mistake. But let's just say, for them, it's not perfect because there are some boxes that just aren't being ticked. So those are two very quick examples of me showing you that perfection just doesn't exist. It's not an absolute... Oh, drop my microphone. Let's not do that. This is live podcasting, folks. I'm not editing this out, by the way. I'm just going to put it back and hope for the best. Oh my goodness. It's all going horribly wrong. Okay. What is going on? There we go. It's got a mind of its own today. We're back on track. It's all good. So yeah, perfection just doesn't exist in an absolute form. So the seeking of perfection is futile. Okay? Now, for those of you who know me well, you may say, Emily, wait a minute. I know you. You are a perfectionist. What are you talking about? You're always checking that the full stops are there, that there are no typos. You're always tweaking stuff too. Now, two things to say here. Firstly, I'll hold my hands up. I have been known to fall into that perfectionism trap. That is for sure. I'm a human being. It happens to me too. However, the bit about the full stops and the typos and so on, I dispute that that's about perfectionism. That is about accuracy. Now, of course, you shouldn't be putting anything out there that has spelling mistakes or inaccurate data, because things like that are more black and white. They're either right or they're wrong. And putting content out which has got glaring errors can have actually quite a profound impact on the way you are perceived by others. And of course, you don't want people to go, oh, they don't know the difference between there, and there, so not doing business with them. People are quite judgmental when it comes to things like that. And another example is this podcast, not least because of the microphone having a mind of its own. But I started this podcast knowing that it wasn't going to be perfect, so to speak. Far from it. Oh my goodness. I mean, if you've been watching and listening from the start, you will know how nervous I was in that first episode, how I felt I was going to trip myself up all the time, how, I was just going to put it out there and just go, hey, do you know what? Because it's real, it's me, it's authentic. If you like it, brilliant. If you don't like it, that's okay. And actually, over the last few episodes, I do feel more confident. And this is what's really important to know. Now, my microphone is being so silly. All right. Totally professional, folks. Oh gosh, continue, carry on. Nobody noticed. I'm going to use an example that was in my last newsletter. Subscribe if you haven't already, because it's really good. And it was an example about playing the piano, right? So when you're learning to play the piano, you don't wait until you are capable of playing a piece by Tchaikovsky before you start performing in public. You don't hide away until you're at grade 8 concert standard before you start getting out there. You just don't. And why? Because you get better by doing. People want to experience you as you are. And this is what's really, really important to remember. You get better by doing and not by not doing. You reach amazing, not perfect, you reach amazing by being not amazing first. You have to get out there and be messy and be clunky, make mistakes and get feedback, because every time you do that, it helps you to improve. And improvement helps you to grow, and where there is growth, there is success. And that's the important thing to remember. You have to do it. Confidence comes from taking action. Okay, it comes after taking the action. If you're always waiting for perfection, if you're always waiting for the confidence to do it, it will never come. You've got to do the thing first. Now, perfectionism, I think, comes from the corporate world in a lot of cases. Because in a corporate life, your mistakes are flagged, everything is reviewed before it goes out. And I think a lot of times also, good enough actually isn't good enough in the corporate space. Things have to be, quote unquote, perfect. Whereas, again, it's this mentality of making sure that everything is just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. But it just doesn't work like that. And this is part of the learning that we take with us from the corporate space and into our own businesses, that, these things just are so deeply ingrained that we start to incorporate them into our own businesses. But you know what? This is your business. You do it your way. And that idea of making things perfect is actually actively holding you back. And so I think perfectionism is a symptom. It's more a delaying tactic because you just don't want to get out there, because you feel like, as soon as you get yourself out there, you are opening yourself up to people. You are putting yourself out there and saying, hey, judge me, criticize me, critique me, say stuff about me. It's all the negative things, right? We're worried. We wait because we're worried about what people will think. But what about the things that people will actually think? What about the fact that people will go, oh my gosh, this is brilliant. I've not seen this before. Wow, this person knows what they're talking about. Or I love this concept. Or I'm really interested to know more. Yeah? So don't worry about getting things right. Don't avoid anything. Because with all the AI stuff that's filling our lives right now, everything is so polished and so nauseatingly artificial and perfect, so to speak. Having something out there that's a little rough around the edges is a blessed relief, because what people are looking for is you. You with all your imperfections and all your flaws. We've all got loads of them. And you, as well as your imperfections and your flaws, you with your humanity, your expertise and your solutions. People are looking for you. So perfectionism is preventing you from becoming amazing. And it's preventing others from knowing about your amazingness, which, by the way, is now a word. So if you are grappling with this invisible force that is perfectionism, just ask yourself, do I want to be perfect or do I want to be amazing? Because one exists and one doesn't. And I can tell you now that amazing, you already are amazing. You're already amazing for listening to this podcast. No, I'm joking. You're already amazing for being you and for getting out there and for doing what you're doing. It's just making sure that other people can see it too. So this is why this is so close to my heart, okay? It really matters to me because I just know how capable everybody is and how desperately I want everyone to succeed as a business owner. So if you're stalling, just do it. Because the longer you delay, the longer you wait, the longer you go round in circles, the longer you spend searching for perfectionism, the more time you will waste. Because one day you will get out there and you'll look back and you'll think, I wish I'd done it sooner. I just don't want you to get to that point where you've wasted days, weeks, months, possibly even years, and then get to that point. So get out there and do the thing. And if you want to tag me on social media, if you want to send me an email or a message to say that you've done it, I would love to hear from you. Please tell me. I am backing you all the way with this. I am your biggest fan. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I so want you to do this. So make a pact to yourself. Once this episode is finished, go and do it. Whatever it is that you've been wasting your time on, put it out there. Get the feedback. However clunky it is, however messy, just do it. You will get feedback. You will probably feel a little uncomfortable, but I bet you'll feel relieved and happy. And you never know, you might even get something from it. And that's really, really important too. And even if you don't, it still helps you to grow, and it'll build your confidence for next time. So I hope this episode has been helpful. I really, really, truly believe that perfect needs to be something we forget about. Aim for as good as it is right now, and ultimately aim for amazing. And that's all we need to do. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'll get down off my soapbox now and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode, where hopefully I'll get my microphone sorted so it doesn't misbehave again. Have a great day. See you soon.